Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to ABoutWellbeing Podcast episode 30. We're with Sam Big Flex. Sam.
Oh. Your arms have gotten a lot bigger.
I'm trying to outflex him.
It's not hard.
No, it is not. It is definitely hard. How are you, man?
I am. Well, I've got coffee, so.
So you're really good. How you feeling post-comp?
I feel great.
Yeah?
I actually feel, like this is the best I've probably felt post-comp.
Why?
Because I'm not turning into a fat piece of shit. Right? I mean, that's the general cat. It's actually really funny because I've been talking to her about it for ages. I'm like, I'm going to be really good after comp. She's like, well, you've been saying that for 10 years. And I'm
well, what do you usually do?
This time it's different.
It's only taken 10 years to get there.
Yeah, it's only taken 10 years to finally reel it in properly. So yeah, after comp, man, I've only put on I think it's 2 kilos.
Nice.
Which is not bad.
Whoa.
I feel normal.
Yeah, because you said you put on, just before you said you put on a little bit on your belly. I thought you would have meant more than 2 kilos, man.
Yeah, normally by now I'll be up at least 5.
So what were you doing? What were you doing when you were competing beforehand?
Probably over dieting. I probably over dieted to the point that my leptin and ghrelin levels would be just gone. And then it would be alright, well now that I've finished competing and I've lost that sense of more of a goal, I'd be alright, well I'm going to eat all the things that I didn't eat. And then I wouldn't stop.
So for those who are listening and you don't know what leptin and ghrelin is, give them a little explanation.
The hunger hormone.
Yes.
Don't fuck with it. We're allowed to swear on this, right?
Yeah, we can swear as much as you like, yeah.
It's really hard when you got a kid. And you're like, oh, that's right, I can't use that describing word. Because that goes with everything. Fuck.
Has he said anything yet? Has he said a swear word?
He said Jesus Christ once.
Oh no.
That was bad. You shouldn't say that, buddy, just because it could, upset some people.
In what kind of context?
I think he dropped something.
Oh yeah, oh really?
I was like, no, please.
It's like so Australian. I got the googles. You got me
He
giggling.
hasn't
It's
said
so
anything
funny.
else. Anything else, we're pretty good at home. We're like, that Michelle doesn't swear ever.
That's good. I find it really hard for my nephews as well. Every time they're doing something, I'll end up just saying something.
No, shit, don't.
Well, I just more I'll eat something that tastes good, and I'm like, oh my god, get fucked.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, there's a tiny human there.
So I'll be like, man, you're cute as fuck. And I'll be like, no, damn it, don't do that. No.
Hey, what does that mean, Dad?
Oh, it's that, well, when you're older.
When you're older, I'll tell you.
But yeah, leptin and ghrelin.
Yeah.
I reckon that's probably what my downfall has been. But yeah,
What, so you reckon they were just going way too crazy? You said
probably.
the time.
And then I'd find it hard to then stop because you'd be like, well, I'm never satisfied. I'm never full. Not that you should eat to feel full, but I'm never satisfied. So I'll be I'll just eat.
I feel hard. But dude, my first ever comp that I did, the NBA one with you, me and my friends, so we went out, because you know how you do the piss test afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I literally, before I got on the stage for the last one, because we got into the overalls,
You had to pee?
I had to pee before I got on stage, right? So I peed everything out. And then afterwards, they were like, you need to pee. And I was full stage fright because the person's watching you.
Yeah,
So it took probably an hour and a half for me to finally...
Did he turn on the tap for you?
Dude, he turned on the tap for me. He was like, do you need me to
Strike you?
yeah, he was saying some stuff. He's just to make some noises. Yeah, I'm like, oh god, it's so awkward. And then, so we didn't get out to eat late.
Really old men too.
He was an old dude. Yeah, old dude. And I was like, this is just it's a bit...
It's changed now. It's not the same.
Isn't it? Okay.
No, they've changed it. So there was the company that does that was Asada.
Okay.
So regardless of who does the test, they send it to WADA.
Okay.
I don't know the small tech the actual names for it.
Yeah.
So Asada is the collection agency, and they were all those old geezers that would watch you pee and then do the whole super collecting thing where they're not allowed to touch it, so it's only you. They'll give you the plastic bag, everything open, you open it, you do all the stuff, they just make sure that it's your pee, and then you carry the pee to a place, and then you've got to pour the pee into that glass
Holy
thing, and you do it all until that seal is cracked and it's in that glass thing. They're not allowed to touch a thing. That's what they used to do, but they would cost $1,000 a test.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy.
So that's for the collection agency because they've got so many different stringent procedures in place.
Yeah.
Whereas they now no longer do natural bodybuilding competitions. They only do football and things like that now. So now they
crazy
have
expensive.
a different collection agency, heaps cheaper, so they can test more people.
Okay.
But it's not to that same standard of them physically watching your penis because they don't have
watching your penis.
Yeah. In place and they don't have the same
What do you do?
Well, you still pee in the cup, but they can't be in the same cubicle and actually check that it's your penis.
Yeah.
Urine coming out of his
Still,
dick.
anyway, you're like literally in just shirts. You're not even wearing a short.
Yeah, I know.
Or a
Like,
singlet, yeah.
It's pretty like no. You'd have to go through a pretty lengthy like process to cheat. Like a girl would have to put a balloon up the vagina and pop it, and a guy would have to have a fake penis. That would be the length that people would then go to for an actual bodybuilding.
Oh god, and Jesus, yeah.
I mean, who would do that?
Yeah, who would do that? There probably some people. But yeah, dude. After that comp, went out for dinner to an Italian place, smashed so much food. I remember just getting like pasta, pizza, having like a cherry ripe slice and stuff. And then me and one of my friends, first one, biggest mistake. Me and my friends drove to Krispy Kreme's. I think we got there at 1 a.m. We got a box each and a shake. I don't think we didn't finish the box. It was 12. Yeah, so I think I got about 7 done. And then 7 or 8. There was only a few left.
It's like hurting.
Oh, bro.
Like, that's a lot of food.
Dude, I don't know. I was just eating. I just didn't care. Me and my mate Matty T. Shout out to that fella. And dude, it was like an on the run Krispy Kreme's, right? And at we fell asleep. We passed out on the couches. And at 4 a.m. It was like 3 or 4 a.m. They were like, "You guys got to go." And we're like, "This is a 24-hour on the run. Like, surely you got to kick us out. Like, surely we can stay." And they're like, "No, we have 1 hour for cleaning. You can jump out for your light and then come back in." We're like, "Hell no, we're going home." But we all fell asleep just like from eating too much shit. Like, and then I drove home and I was looking at him like,
I'm still gonna eat you.
yeah, stupid.
Yeah, I've done that many.
Definitely, yeah. And that was like a not the most nutritious prep.
How much did you put on then after that?
Well, actually, it wasn't too bad, to be
I've
honest.
heard some horror stories.
Yeah, there's some horrors. I wasn't too bad. I was alright because I just kept cardio and training really hard. I got really excited to go to the gym. I was like, yeah, I got all this energy. So I just started smashing the gym. Yeah, like after that.
Like a gym.
Yeah, it's just all over the place.
My
So,
mate put on 14 kilos in 2 days.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was bad.
Ooh.
Like, did you even compete?
His gremlin must have been nuts. He must have. What happened? Because your estrogen must spike like nuts to have to be able to do
he
that.
looked like a water balloon. Like,
Yeah,
he
estrogen
like,
has.
almost had to go to hospital. Like fluid. Just
I've heard some bad stories. Someone I know literally, because our testosterone is supposed to be like regulars around like 300-400 or something like that. I just recently got my testosterone tested, so I know it was that. And mine was like, I wanted it to be like,
hormone binding globulin.
my sex hormone binding globulin was a little bit too high,
Okay, yeah.
which dropped my testosterone a little bit. I wanted my testosterone to be like 500-600, something like that, because that's like a higher testosterone. But it was like 399, and I was like, because my sex binding hormone was a little bit too high. So testosterone was about 400. It's very average. One summer guy I know that competed, his testosterone dropped to like 7.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And his estrogen was like boom. And his skin looked so good and it was so like shiny and clean, but he was really puffy. And you were just like, whoa, bro, like, and he stopped training. It was just like, wasn't eating stuff. I'm like, you need to do some testosterone stuff. You look great, by the way, dude.
Thanks, man.
And this is honest compliment to you, not blowing smoke up your ass or anything, but you are...
I'll bend over.
Yeah, bend over, yeah. No, take this compliment. I want you to take it in.
Yeah. Oh,
You're like the best dad ever.
Oh,
I love watching all your Instagram stuff. You're like the best husband. You're smashing stuff with the whole vegan thing, like better than anyone else. You have a body that the gods of Olympus would be jealous of. You've carved that out and it looks amazing. Like, my God, I was talking to Lockie because he works at my work. Lockie Nichols.
Oh.
He competed. Yeah, shredder, full shredder.
Oh man,
he looked great.
He improved a lot.
He looked incredible. I was like, oh my gosh, Lockie, you look nuts. He did an 8-week prep.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I think I'm actually going to compete. 8 weeks later, I'm like, dude.
Well, I'm glad he did because he looked good.
Yeah, dude. And he was like taking the photos with the swords and stuff. I was like, you bastards with your swords. Yeah, swords.
Fun fact, Victoria can't have swords.
Oh.
They're not allowed to have them as their trophies.
Come on,
Something
guys.
to do with like it being a weapon. Yeah, they're blunt.
In Victoria.
I mean, like, still if someone hit you with it, it'd be pretty hard. Yeah.
They still look cool.
Yeah, they look cool.
But yeah, dude, body of the gods. You look incredible. And I was talking to Lockie and he was like, dude, I was standing behind Sam before we went on stage and I was like, it's so beautiful. Like he's carved it out. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Crazy. Yeah, he is. So take that in. I think
Thanks,
you look
man.
fucking amazing. I
like
love all
being
your
a
training.
dad. Being dad's really cool.
Yeah?
I really enjoy
You
it.
like being a jack dad too? Do you feel like, I'm superior to all other dads because I'm jack dad?
I'm not superior than anyone. We're all equals.
We are all equals, but your body is that of the gods. So
Oh, I just
take that.
Yeah. Well, I'd hope to have some muscle after training for 15. Oh shit, it's been 17 years now
Yeah.
since I've been like in the gym.
Like full on? Did you dabble a little bit? What was your story for getting into the gym, by the way? How did you start?
I got into the gym. Well, I was 15. My cousin was training. Like he was 2 years older than me, so he was training. He's
Just some
like, "Come to
decaf,
the
by
gym."
the way.
Yeah.
I said to Sam beforehand, guys, before I got him on, I was like, you know what's better than coffee? Because he was like, I'll have a coffee. And he was like, ooh, what? And he kind of looked at me funny, like, what do you mean, better than coffee? And I was like, more coffee. And he was like, oh, yeah,
More
definitely. That's probably the only thing.
Keep rising that.
Yeah. Yeah. This
Yeah.
decaf is out of control, by the way. This is from Central Markets. This is Peru,
looks
organic,
like
fair
hot.
trade decaf.
I'll let that cool down just a touch before
No,
I
it's good.
burn the shit out of my lips.
Yeah, oh,
Is it
true.
really hot?
Should be actually alright.
Oh, there's like steam coming up.
Yeah, it should be a little bit of steam. You want it a bit hot.
Oh yeah, that is good.
Yeah, dude, for a decaf, I'm all about it. You just got to up, like with a decaf, you just got to have put more coffee in there. That's
More?
it. Yeah, you just put a bit more.
So,
So it's nice and strong.
oh.
So yeah, how did you get into lifting? I'm excited to hear
Well,
this.
yeah. So my cousin, he's 2 years older than me. He was training.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, come to the gym with me." And so I was like, "Okay."
How old were you?
I was 15.
What's like, paint the backstory.
15
Yeah.
at the Brahma Lodge gym.
Yeah.
So he'd been training for a while.
Were you really tall and skinny? Like, what were you looking like? Did you have a bit of muscle on you?
No.
Did you play any sport?
Nah.
No.
Well, I played football, but
Okay.
I wasn't really like that into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like parents, you know, when they force like, you should do a sport.
Yeah.
Maybe do football. I was alright at it, but I'm not an aggressive person, so I wasn't like, you know, I'll tackle that person down. I was.
Yeah, it's surprising how crazy and intense you train in the gym and like your nature. Super not aggressive. You're like the most calmest, nicest guy ever. And I love that. It's like, it's great to look at. And it actually makes a lot of sense as far as like why you put on so much muscle. Because if you look at like parasympathetic states and sympathetic states, you know what they are? So sympathetic is like when your body's under stress, in the gym, stuck in traffic, freaking out. Basically, as a bodybuilder.
That's all like catabolic.
Yeah, bro. So catabolic, right? You want to be a monk pretty much all the day for a whole day. And then for 1 hour to 2 hours a day, absolute warrior. Get sympathetic as possible and then be calm. Because when you're in a parasympathetic state, which is like your monk state, you're building muscle. And that being that calm and having that energy.
I do nap a lot.
Dude.
Probably
Yeah.
it helps having a kid because like, oh, he'll nap stuff for me.
Time for me to nap too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cousin. Yeah. No,
Backstory, yep.
He was training. Took me to the gym with him, and we trained legs.
Yeah.
And I got the whole week off school that next day. I couldn't walk. I was stuck in a chair, like literally. I'm like but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so then like, you know, and then I dabbled in and out of the gym, you know, a little bit. Got into boxing a little bit, just for fitness because I was getting a bit chunky. Then one night out in the Stanford Grand, I was with a group of friends, and someone was arguing with the girls I was with. And I'm like, look, man, we could just have a good time, just dance. I'm like, don't worry about it. And then like, he was like, okay. But then his mate came running out of nowhere while I was dancing, and King hit me from behind.
Oh
Broke
my
jaw.
God.
It actually came up in my memories.
Whoa.
Like 4 days ago. Yesterday.
Jesus.
So like my memory of today.
Okay, where did he hit you? In the face or was it in the back of the
He
head?
hit me on this side of my head, so like he swung, and he hit me in this part of my face.
God damn.
And like I'll read my like, because I wrote, you know, like how good are these memory things? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was a really shit time of my life.
That was really...
Was assaulted last night. Guy punched me in the face for no reason while I was dancing. My jaw is fractured in 4 places. I was still waiting for surgery. Morphine has helped a lot. And then
Morphine.
thanks to friends and family for coming to see me. So yeah, he like.
Well, can I just say, fuck that
was
guy.
Just like more of a hairline fracture, but he was fucked. Like it was
Really?
like, bad. I didn't pass out. Normally when you get like broken jaw, you like pass out, but no, I'm still.
How old were you at the
still
time?
Oh man, I would have been.
The underage? 18, 19?
19. Somewhere around there.
Man, it's dangerous being a boy at that age, just
Yeah,
heading out.
I
Because
wasn't-
people just...
Not drinking or anything. Drove myself home from the Stanford Grand to Salisbury East, where I lived.
Yeah.
Then my friend came and got me and took me to the hospital with like some family.
Yeah.
Because my dad was at work or something. Then had my mouth wide shut after they did all the surgery. And
Yep.
had rubber bands to hold my mouth shut like this. So for, I think it was like 12 weeks, man, I had to eat through a straw.
Oh my God.
I lost heaps of weight.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I then saw some abdominals I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this is not bad. But then I wanted to build up like my strength and confidence in myself so that people would like, hey, that's a big person, let's leave him alone.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So then like I started training really hard. I started eating better. I actually started as a vegetarian. So I was
Yeah,
a
you
vegetarian.
started. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
so I was like, oh, I went vegetarian. So the only thing I was eating then was eggs and yogurt.
Okay.
So I was eating just that. Training in the gym, I was probably more shredded then than I have ever been even now. I was pretty lean. I was like 70 kilos.
And just shred on.
Just like stupid lean. I've got them on my old iPhones and pictures of myself.
Yeah.
Which I've.
I remember seeing them in your gym. Yeah.
But
Damn
then Jason Bednar, who's he's a huge bodybuilder here in South Australia.
Yeah, yeah.
He saw me in the gym. He's like, you should consider competing in bodybuilding comps. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a go.
Mm.
And then went to some
How old were you?
classes. 19, 20? 19, 20.
Jesus, so you were like, you put on a whole lot of muscle really quick.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So, then started doing the bodybuilding classes, learning how to pose. And then it was with Terry Roberts, who's a former Mrs. Universe.
Yep, I know the one.
And then competed.
Yeah.
I didn't place.
Mm.
But my first competition was up against Ben Worley.
Yeah.
And Philip Ward, who doesn't compete anymore, but man, they were nuts. And they were the same age.
I know.
So, like,
Ben's
Worley's
been,
the
I
same age.
remember there was a photo of him when he was like 21 or something on a lat pull down. And I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we'll see them.
Shout out to Benny. What's up, bro?
I was like, how the hell, like, those guys are nuts. So it made me realise I need to work a whole lot harder. I need to diet even better. And then, then the next year I went back and I ended up winning my division. They weren't in it. There's some other people. Won the division, and then, just got hooked ever since then. Just fell in love with the sport. Now this year was my 10th year of competing.
You competed in like a whole bunch of stuff. You competed in everything.
I don't know. I haven't counted how many comps there've been. I think it might be 30 now. Like doing like a state show for a few different feds.
And how old are you now?
The Nationals. 32 now.
Yep.
So
Still, that's a crazy amount of comps.
Yeah. Is it 10 years? Yeah, this is my 10th year of competing. I think it was like a year off here and there.
Yeah, I've done like three
No, this is
3 big comps. Yeah.
2010 was my first
Yeah.
year. It's 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. We're so old.
Yeah. Nah, but dude, I think bodybuilding is one of those great sports though, because you just keep getting better, like even with age. Like you just keep,
Yeah.
you get a little bit sore, a little bit injured. We'll talk about injuries beforehand.
Oh.
We both got a shoulder injury. My first ribs out, my clavicle's a bit shot, but
Yeah, shoulder, hip, knees.
the only thing keeps you going is the lifting. It makes you feel better. Like if I wasn't lifting, I'd be like,
Yeah. Yeah, true. So that's what got me into it.
I love that.
Like people leave me alone. I'm more confident in myself.
Yeah, and it brought heaps of confidence in yourself because you seem an extremely confident person.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah. It's helped.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there's lots of other things that have happened within that 10-year period of learning more about myself and how to better myself and, why I'm here more so than, and all that kind of stuff. But man, we could talk forever.
Yeah. Why are you here?
Oh.
I just asked a deep question.
Yeah, that is a deep one.
Yeah.
What am I here for?
Yeah.
To expand my knowledge, give love, and receive love. Yeah, it's really mainly just like love. Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of it that you really can have in life, right?
100%.
That's the things that you're in control of.
Yep.
I mean, you're in control of everything in your. Well, we're going to get deep. This is going to get deep.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Look, our state of mind is completely within ourselves. Like you can create anything you want within just the thought pattern within your own brain. Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah. Cool.
I love that. And how's that working out for you?
Man, it's been so good. I think it was like last year or early this year. There's a course that I did called A Course in Miracles. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, what's it
Course
about?
in Miracles by Ed Cohen. It's a podcast. Is it a podcast or ebook? A Course in Miracles. Learning to be like you are what you think, and you can create your circumstances. It's like if you went to the Ferrari shop and you saw a red Ferrari and this is the most amazing car in my life, and another person saw it and they said this is the most ugliest car in my life. That's just the perception that you've put on that. So your perceptions are creating your reality, and how you think your reality to be is what it's going to be. So if you think that a lot of people when they come in to see me and new clients, they're like, oh, I feel really fat, I'm a fat person, or I really hate this about myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you're creating that perception on yourself.
So you're changing beliefs.
Change your belief pattern and how you perceive yourself, and things will change without you even having to change anything. I mean, yes, you probably should be healthier, better food and exercise, but still, it's the internal dialogue that you're telling yourself that you need to pay more attention to.
Internal dialogue's huge because it takes so long to actually change because you have to acknowledge all of the things that you're saying to yourself and all the negative things. Because
you wake up and you look in the mirror, and the first thing you say is or I pick one for a lot of people in this industry and sport is they stand on the scales.
Mm.
And that scale is going to go give them a number. And a lot of people don't like that number because it's just a number. And they're like, oh no, that number. I'm not worthy and I'm fat. And then that sets them up for a negative mindset for that whole day. So, well, then what if you didn't stand on that scale?
Yeah.
Then what?
Then what is going to happen? Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. So who was that you were listening to do
It's
that
called
course?
A Course in Miracles.
A Course in Miracles. Was it a podcast or is it a...
It's a was it like ebook?
Yeah, okay, it's an ebook, yeah.
Audible.
Audible, okay.
Audible.
It was a Audible book.
A Course in Miracles made easy by, I think the guy's name is called Ed Cohen. He talks
Oh, yeah, I know who that guy is.
really slow.
Yeah? So you can take it all in.
Speed him up to like 1.4.
You know, it's funny because, like, man, I hate speeding stuff up because I like to take everything in.
It's pretty slow.
But if it's that slow that you can actually speed it up to listen to.
You're listening to A Course in
Miracles. We just paused for a second. The camera stuffed up on us, but yeah, that's really interesting because I do a lot of like Joe Dispenza research, and
Ooh.
you like Joe Dispenza?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
Mrs. loves
Michelle
Joe
would be.
Dispenza.
Yeah.
Like huge.
Yeah, he's amazing, and yeah, well, obviously when he first figured out his stuff, chiropractor, huge car accident, spine was screwed, needed to put 2 metal rods in there,
Insane.
meditated his spine back to normal by visualizing it,
Yeah.
hacked out all the stuff.
A lot of people will be like, "That's nuts. There's no way."
Yeah,
Like,
but what is cool that he's doing is it's just all the science studies with it, right?
Yeah.
And there's just like the science between if you visualize yourself in a state of, you know, a future desired self. So even if you are a little bit overweight, or you want to be fit, or you want to be healthier, if you can visualize yourself being in that state and saying positive things about it, it starts to happen. The law of attraction is real. You know that they have proven the law of attraction is like... I'm just checking the darkness. Yeah. The law of attraction is proven to be more real. Like, they've got more science to back that up than gravity.
Man, that's nuts, hey?
Yeah.
And well, I believe it.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
The
straight
amount
up.
of things that I've attracted in my life with that, like...
Have you got any cool stories?
Well, there's just like little ones where you're like, you know, like when you're driving and you're like, man, I really want that person to turn left, and then they do, and you're like, yes. And they go anyway. Or like, I'd be like, oh man, I really want to sleep and I really would love for my first client to cancel, and they do. Like, that's happened so many times. Be like, or I've accidentally double booked someone.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, shit, I've double booked by accident. How the fuck am I going to do this? And then one of them cancels. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then we'll just reschedule. I'll put him at a different time. I'm like, oh, that sucks, but that's alright.
Yeah, you're really tapped in with that type of stuff. That's good. It's kind of weird. Like, I find that actually the healthier you are and the more like physically and mentally you've sorted out for things, you sort of tap into that a little bit better.
I believe so.
Like, because I find when I was, when I was like down, obviously up and downs, when I've had some huge downs, like I'm just attracting all these down things, but I'm not aware of it. I'm just like, meh, spiraling down, shit starts happening and shit just starts coming into your life. But once it's like, all right, let's get myself fit, let's get myself healthy, let's get my mind clear, let's sort these things out, let's have a good old detox. And then like every time, I like to say this to myself and to like some people that I work with as well, I'm like, every time something shit happens to you, it's like a hurdle. And every time you get over that hurdle and you overcome that hurdle, the best opportunity in life will present itself for you at that current time. And it does. Like every time I get over a hurdle, I'm like I remember something happened, I was like, I had these self-beliefs about like making money. And I was like, what value can I do to have people money? I've made this whole program and I'm like, how do I get it out? I'm like, no one would join my program, even though I had a few clients. And then like, I was like, I really need, I was like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to be like more abundant in money. And literally the next day, so I did like an abundance meditation. I was like, yeah, I could definitely be ready for this money. Next day, someone rang me up. Hey, let's be part of your program. And I'm like, this is the stuff. How much it costs? And he was like, that sounds good to me. And I was like, sweet, thanks. It happens all the time. It's great.
Yeah. That and the perception again. Like your perception of something. If something bad happens, it's only your perception that it's bad.
Yeah.
You could see it as a different way.
Dude, it's funny. I literally wish I could get my phone. I'm just going to read out. It's funny that you said that because I was reading there's a book in there called The Daily Stoic, and it's funny that you said that because that. Yeah, it's really good. Ryan Halliday. He just goes through a bunch of Stoic things, and in the page it was touched on that like 100%, and it said, I'm just getting it. It was like, keep in mind that it isn't the one who has it in for you and takes a swipe that harms you, but rather the harm comes from your own belief about the abuse. So when someone arouses your anger, know that it's really your own opinion of fueling it. Instead, make it your first response not to be carried away by such impressions, for with time and distance, self-mastery is more easily achieved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
I love that.
going on from that, man, if someone took a swipe at me, that's me only protecting my ego of me defending myself, defending Sam, the people that people know. That's me defending an ego. And that's me, again, I'm defending something that's not even, it's not real. Like, I'm more than what that is, so...
Yeah.
Again, it's the perception of what, I'm not taking on what other people think. Yeah.
That's your own
It's my
perception.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am what I want to be.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to label myself or
but how good is
defend
that?
a label that someone like thinks of me.
Yeah.
Like people think Sam the vegan. Like I'm not just Sam the vegan. I just happen to be vegan. My name is labeled Sam.
You're not even Sam. Yeah. It's like, you're not even Sam. You're just you. Whoever that person is. You're just an awareness in the vessel that you're in. Yeah.
Love it.
Love it. How was your last comp, by the way?
Man.
You're fresh out of ICN. Nationals.
Look, it was good.
Yep.
I don't like to, like, I think we'll touch on this before, I hate to parade about myself, so like, I'll just say the placings of what it was, so.
Oh, what's that? Sam won national. He won the state show. Was it the bodybuilding or the physique?
So
It was
I
both
won
of them.
I'm already a bodybuilding professional
Yep.
for the ICN, so
Yep.
I couldn't do any of that, but for our state show, I won the classic physique division.
Yep.
And so then it was only the one division, so I won the overall for that. But
And then that gets you as a pro in the classic as well?
No, so then going to the Nationals, which was 5 weeks later, that was then I won the classic physique for the amateur division at the state show, at the National, sorry.
Yep.
So now I'm the first classic physique ICN Pro. This is the first time that they've had a pro division
In the
started
classic
for
physique,
it.
yeah.
And then I did my first pro bodybuilding show, and I won that. But this is where I'm torn between. Like, I'm happy with how I presented myself and how I looked. I could have been leaner. I still need to grow more muscle. But
We all need to grow more muscle, but
Yeah,
Jesus
we've got
Christ,
more
look at you.
incredible muscle.
Look how much muscle you've got. It's crazy.
But for me, I don't see like the amazing glory within it, only because there was me and one other competitor.
Yep.
So for me winning, I mean, it was great. Yeah, I still won a competition, but I didn't beat the best of the best that have previously competed.
And
I
you
was
were
up against one other
Yeah.
person. And then for even our amateur show, like Lockie looked great. Like
Yep.
he looked awesome. But again, the same thing. There was only 4 of us in that open division, so
Damn.
I won the pro thing. But
Yeah.
there was only 4 of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, and look, the caliber of like the competitors was great. So like the standard, like Lockie's amazing.
No, bro, he's killed it.
And then the other 2 fellas, I can't remember. One of them, I can't remember his name. Devenza. Anyway, they look great.
Yep.
But for me, within myself, I would feel more like, okay, I did a good job when there's more people within it that have also more accolades, so to speak.
Yeah. You get some
Like,
other champs in there as
That
well.
would be nice. And again, I don't really care about the placing that it is that I have achieved. I want to enjoy the process of the actual comp prep, enjoy being up on stage, and try to present better than I have the time before.
Yeah.
So going from this competition to the last time that I did compete in the Arnold's,
Yep.
my condition, not as good. My posing, better.
Yep.
My muscle mass, better.
Your
So
muscle mass is crazy.
2 out of the 3
Yeah.
is not bad. So I'm happy that I have stepped up in building more lean mass, in presenting a better posed physique. However, my condition still needs more work. And I think it was just, I got lazy from the state show to the Nationals because of it might happen, it might not.
Yeah, exactly. The whole
COVID.
COVID thing shut down. Adelaide shut down. If everyone was listening, Adelaide shut down for like a week,
So even
right before the Nationals was going to happen.
there was only 4 states that could actually come to our Nationals. 4 others weren't, and those 4 are now going to have their kind of Nationals this weekend in Victoria because they weren't able to come to South Australia.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So like I'm happy of the placing that I got
Yeah.
and how I've what I've achieved.
You
but
kind of
still-
want the thrill of competing against like a lot of people.
Well, yeah, I'm not,
and
I
some
can't
other
be
champs.
Like, I did good, but it's
Yeah.
like I did good and there wasn't that many people.
Yeah. How do you find getting lean being vegan? Because it's not even vegetarian.
Well, look, it's not vegetarian.
It's way harder than vegetarian.
February next year will be 6 years vegan for myself.
Oh, nice. Man, that time has flown
Yeah,
for
it's
you
fine.
doing that.
I will say that from the very first time that I started to now, I've learned obviously more about it.
Yeah.
But from not being a vegan, so omnivore when I competed, to then the following year being a vegan, huge improvement. So one, my lean mass improved quite a substantial
Yeah.
chunk, and I think that would just be from I had carbs. Like
Yeah.
The previous Sam competing didn't diet the best, didn't have the best information provided to me
Okay.
to get the best result.
Yeah.
Fish and asparagus
Mhm.
for like every fucking meal, and that's not ideal. So if saying,
Yeah.
I was flat as fuck, man.
Yeah,
And
dude,
I
I get
think
you.
I got down to like, I think one of the comps was 77 kilos.
Oh my goodness.
And then like,
I haven't been that low in any of mine. I don't think that would have been so shredded.
I was lean,
Yeah.
but I was just flat.
Yeah,
And
so
it was
flat.
just like a big guessing game constantly. Whereas then the following year, I think it was like 82,
Yeah.
and I looked
That's good.
substantially bigger. I improved more muscle mass. My health had obviously improved. I was eating more of an abundance of food.
Yeah.
So I would say that, yeah, being vegan, my comp preps have been a shitload easier. I get to eat food that I actually enjoy. Like, who enjoys fish and asparagus?
Look, if it's barramundi
If-
and a certain
if it
cooked
was-
asparagus, and it was a certain cooked asparagus with a whole bunch of other veggies,
Then I'd be sweet.
could enjoy. But if it's just plain, like if it was like bassa and asparagus or something like that,
That's what it was.
get fucked. Bassa can get absolutely fucked.
Bassa and
I hate that
asparagus.
stuff. I mean, on the package for bassa, man, it's like fit for consumption because they pump that stuff
It's
full of
horrible.
so much
I did not enjoy my preps.
antibiotics.
That's
I
probably
did that
half
for
the
a
reason
while.
why then after the comps that I would eat so much shit, because I'd be like, I've been eating this, I now want this.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now, like,
I did a
enjoy-
bassa prep, hated it. Never again. My last prep was great. I was just eating like just good food.
I like
Yeah,
sugar.
and a shitload of veggies, which is great.
Yes,
Yeah,
good
but for
old
me,
veg.
I'd add like I have a lot of things like bone broth, salmon. I was yeah, a shitload of barramundi, a lot of kangaroo, and just so much cabbage, honey, almond flour, coconut flour,
More of your food.
a whole bunch of those things.
Healthy.
Yeah, and some good,
Yeah,
healthy, and just like smashing so much of it. It was great. So what is your prep look like? What are you eating at the moment?
As in, like, right. Oh, well, I still.
Well, you eat. That's mean you're eating the same thing. So what are you
I
eating?
mean, the same thing. Top of my head, breakfast is 100 grams of brown rice puffs, because I don't
Yep.
like oats.
Yeah, so brown rice puffs as in like you put them in a bowl.
Crunchy,
Yeah,
crunchy
yeah,
ones.
okay.
Like the
You're making me
brand is
hungry a
called
bit.
4-leaf brand.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, they're expensive. I think it's like $14 for like an 800 gram bag.
But if that's what you're eating.
They're amazing. They're organic.
Yeah,
So that way, and like, because oats can sometimes still have a form of gluten in them.
yeah,
These are completely gluten-free because it's fucking rice.
yeah.
So there's those. So 100 grams of those, 100 grams of blueberries, always get organic because they're heavily sprayed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 60 grams of macromite protein powder because I love that shit.
Yeah, dude, you're such a big
And that's it.
proponent for the macromite. I remember when I trained with you not long ago, you were like, "Oh, do you want a protein shake, man?" I was like, "I would love one." Macromite had it, and I was like, "This is delicious."
So that's breakfast.
Yep,
Then my next meal I have rice, only generally because it's just easier to eat.
just like a
when I'm at work.
basmati.
I use jasmine.
Jasmine, yeah.
rice. I've been having 250 grams of jasmine rice, and
Beans.
then with some goma sabzi. I don't know if you've heard
What's
of
that? What's kumasabsi?
It's a Middle Eastern like kind
Paste.
of like a condiment, but like not. It's like green herbs, like a shitload of different green herbs, like parsley and coriander.
So it's its own herb mix.
It's like a giant, like but wet herb mix.
Ooh.
It's amazing.
Is there any oil in that?
I think they put a small amount of oil in the tin.
Okay, yeah.
Like, but looking at the macros, it was like hardly anything.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
1 gram of
Like
fat.
whatever, but still like
Yeah,
it.
there's some like red kidney beans in there and
Oh.
some like dehydrated lemon, which is then put in there.
Oh,
which then kind of
God.
gets hydrated. It's like soft.
Oh gosh, you're
It's
making me
pretty-
hungry. You know,
So
I
add
actually
that
like.
with rice,
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
yeah.
A little bit of tamari, and then I have 1 tempeh burger patty.
Tamari is.
It's like soy sauce. But
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Without the gluten.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll get reduced salt because there's already enough salt in the rest of my meals anyway. So
Yeah,
like, and a tempeh burger patty.
Yeah,
Then my next meal, I generally have like 300 to 350 grams of potato,
yeah.
and I've been air frying it. So
Oh,
it's
so it's just
amazing. I bought
delicious.
one of those like air
Dude,
like
I s-
chipper potato things.
I saw
It's
that
the
thing.
best.
Yeah, dude, I saw you and I was like, that is so good.
I like because I've been chopping potato and
Oh,
like
yeah.
the different sizes. Then you roast them, and there's like some that are like
Some are cooked.
burnt, and some are like raw. And at least this is consistent.
So
It's the
consistent.
same.
When you're eating and you're eating something consistent too,
Consistent.
oh god, it tastes so good. I love
and
consistent
rather than
textures.
like chopping shit, I just go to like correct done.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. It was genius.
Within a minute, it was a 2 kilos of potato done.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, 300 grams to 350 to 300 grams of potato. I'll have another tempeh burger patty because I just like tempeh.
Yeah,
And then I'll throw in one of those little mini tins of edamame beans.
yeah.
Is it edamame?
Yeah.
Or edamame.
Japanese green beans.
Green beans.
Yeah.
And they're amazing.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit of salt. And then my next meal is generally then after that I'll train and I'll just have 2 scoops of protein.
Yeah.
60 grams of the actual powder. I'll weigh it all out. Glutamine, creatine.
Yep. It's good. Glutamine's completely vegan, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
So
protein,
good.
Yeah.
It's so handy to do for people being vegan. If you want to up your protein, you just put glutamine in like anything. You can put it like in a stir fry. You can put it in a smoothie bowl.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, you can like afterwards. You just because it hasn't got no flavour, man.
No, it doesn't.
So you just put it in. You can put it in a smoothie. You can put it in pancakes. You can put it in anything.
Oh. And then dinner.
Yep.
I'll have pretty much the exact same thing, just potato and either tempeh, or I'll use a tin of lentils and add some bolognese sauce to it. So that one I'll just vary it up a little bit.
Delicious.
But lentils, tin of lentils, bolognese sauce, done.
You can you know what's really good? You know, like EAAs, right?
Yes.
So if you mix beans with rice, the way that it mixes, you get the perfect EAAs combination.
Yeah. Handy.
For protein.
One of my earlier like vegan preps, I was having just plain EAAs and BCAAs on like a tablespoon with most of my meals.
Oh,
just
were you?
Like, get a higher dose.
Yeah.
It was alright. It was pretty gross though.
Yeah.
You've had plain EAAs?
I've had plain EAAs, yeah. Dude, I have I have like these muscle building teas that I use, and I call them honey teas. And I just mix like a manuka honey because it's like antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, so it's like, you know, just medicinal honey, like a raw organic manuka, and then I'll put in glutamine, EAAs, glycine, which isn't vegan, but I put like sometimes some glycine, depends if I have it or not. Yeah, just EAAs, glutamine, a bit of electrolytes, and some glycine. Mix that up and just bound that down, because then obviously the insulin spikes from the honey, and it's all pre-digested because honey's like pretty pre-digested. Then you got the pre-digested.
Well, it's vomit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, bee vomit. And then so all the aminos just go straight to your muscles, and I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, big perk up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like having coffee.
Yeah, true. I mean, almost out of decaf, which is a little bit
That's
This is devastating, but yeah.
But yeah, that's basically my food bin, and it's cheap. Like I've calculated it once. It was like $55 a day.
Yeah, well,
no, $55 a week.
Wow.
That's if I was like budget, like I'd buy like a 20 kilo bag of rice.
Yeah.
Divided the portion for how much I get.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
That is cheap.
Yeah.
No, I love
And
that.
on a budget.
The meat is so expensive.
Yeah.
I want to think about it. When
And
you
the
get
time
like
cooking.
you get a fish or something, like a really good quality one, you're paying $35 a kilo.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, dude. 35 a kilo. When you look at a bag of rice, you get like a huge bag.
And what is that? Chicken? How much is chicken nowadays?
I don't know. I don't really eat chicken.
$7
Hey.
a kilo or something like that.
No, it's like 13. It's like 12. I think it's something like
And then
that.
if you were to get
Well, the last time I saw it, because I don't really eat chicken, I eat like grass-fed beef, predominantly fish,
how much is that?
and a bit of kangaroo. Grass-fed beef is ridiculously expensive. Yeah.
One packet of this tempeh stuff that I like, it's my go-to.
Yeah.
It's like $5.30. So then divide that by 3. Get 3
Nice.
meals out of it.
Yeah.
And then rice.
Anything
potatoes.
goes, yeah.
Potatoes are cheap.
It's like $10 for one steak,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Potatoes are great. Yeah, I eat a lot of pumpkin. I eat like a lot of butternut pumpkin.
That stuff's good.
Yeah, because like 9
And
grams
cheap.
of carbs for
Yeah.
100 grams.
It's like nothing.
Yeah, and it's just so good. It just fills up. I love like
It's just
actually,
so amazing.
dude, it is. I love cooking up butternut pumpkin. So I always put butternut pumpkin and onions first in the pan, a little bit of oil, a bit of salt, before I put all my veggies on top. And then when I mix all my veggies around, I put like a little bit of pumpkin seed oil in there, and like a little bit more olive oil, and then literally just like a little bit of salt and some cayenne pepper in there. And then the pumpkin goes like so creamy.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, yeah, dude, like it's so good.
Talking about bodybuilders, always talking about food.
Yeah, that's about it. It's like food or training. How is training, by the way? What are you currently doing for By the way, Sam's gym is one of the most equipped gyms.
It's not a gym.
Owns his gym.
It's a studio.
It's a studio. Yeah, fair call.
It's a 750 square meter studio.
Studio.
I'm really, one thing that I will brag about is I'm super proud of the business that Michelle and I have created.
Dude.
And the environment that we've been able to create and what we have within our facility as a studio,
Yeah.
not a gym.
Yeah.
So like, there's the machines don't get like beat up and abused. The weights don't get abused. Everyone respects the place. Everyone's friendly.
Everyone's so friendly, man. Such good vibes there.
Yeah, man.
And you have the best equipment ever.
Not being a gym, I'm able to get whatever equipment I want, or any brand of equipment that I want. So I'm researching shit, as a gym person. What's a really good hack squat machine, or what's a really good like chest machine?
What's your favourite stuff at the moment? What do you...
Oh man, I got these new machines.
Okay. Your face just lit up then, eh?
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're absolutely amazing. So there's this
Tell me
particular
about
brand
them.
of machine
Yeah.
called Strive.
Okay.
Now they've been bought out and now they're called Prime Fitness. So Strive Fitness was the original, and then I think they've just changed owners. These machines, man, you can change the load of resistance where you put the weights on the arm.
Okay.
So there's these 3. I've got 3 of them that are plate loaded, and I've got 3 that are pin loaded. Different styles. So like.
What type of machines are you talking about? Shoulders?
Strive, chest, bicep. There's a leg extension, and I've got a shoulder. Did I already say chest? I've got 2. Well, there's 2 chest ones.
Yeah.
2 shoulder ones.
Yeah.
A leg extension.
Have I used them with you? And you put the plates on different parts?
Yeah. So you can make it like, if you're like, oh, I'm really suck at this part of the lift, you can make it so that you have to work harder at that particular part. Or the other way around.
Very
so
well balanced.
New ones.
Okay.
There are pin-loaded versions of it.
Oh, when'd you get them?
I got them like just before the comp, man.
Oh,
like
God.
2 or 3 weeks before the show.
Yeah.
Man, they're
I've got to
insane.
come down.
They are so good.
Yeah.
And they've got fat gripped handles on them.
Oh, no way.
They do converge together, so the chest one converges together, same with the shoulder one.
Yep.
And the same thing, so like normally there's like 5 different settings, so you can go like, make it like a normal chest machine, you can make it so it's hard at the end part of the range of movement, or hard at the starting part of the movement, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Or then there's like setting 4 and 5, so you can do it in the middle and be like, alright, well it's kind of hard in the middle and hard at the end, or
Oh, that's so interesting. So many things just start ticking off my mind there for that.
Without even knowing, these machines, you could make it, there's like 10 settings, so you can go even depth in between those settings.
Oh.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
They're my new favourite machines. If I was able to change everything in my gym, that's the kind of brand of equipment that I would get. Strive.
If I was thinking, if I was like training, would it be great? Just as far as like a whole bunch of science that I've researched. Normal training, great. Get all the heavy stuff done. Do like stay within range of the motion. Then at the end, do a bunch of like at the bottom motion of the rep, the bottom range of motion, to get the stretch, to get the big stretch.
You need these machines in your
Oh my god! Can you know how healthy that is for your joints and your muscle and your tendons and stuff? And like, there's literally science.
Come to my studio.
Yeah, I'll be. I've been there a few times and I love it, but I didn't know you got these new ones. But that stretch is literally science that goes, if you put strength under length, and at the end of like workouts, you grow new muscle fibers.
Oh well, like dude, set.
You do, yeah. You got. So what are you doing at the moment for them? What's like your favorite type of? What's your training split like at the moment? And then what are you doing to like, I guess for intensity stuff?
Mondays is chest.
Yep.
It's International Chest Day.
Yeah.
I just get that as a standard. Tuesdays legs, Wednesdays shoulders, Thursdays back, Fridays chest, Saturdays legs, Sunday might do like just arms if the missus feels like going to the gym.
So you pretty much train every day.
Well, yeah, pretty much, except for Sunday. But then again, like the rest of the day, man, I'm not doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
Hanging out with my son, my wife, napping, resting.
PTing people.
I don't actually do a lot of PT. PT is not my, like, the majority of,
Okay.
it was weird because we've got like this huge studio.
Yeah.
Don't actually do a lot of PT. I might only have like, I think if I calculate it now, I think I've only got like maybe 8 PTs a week.
Yeah, okay.
The rest of my business is coaching.
Yeah.
And running group classes.
Yeah.
That's where we get more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the classes are good because then I got this big, community, the big bunch of girls.
That's just great. Yeah.
Train. And then the guys' time that I've created as well.
Yeah. Some of the guys' group sessions that you do look nuts.
Yeah,
they look nuts. Like just a bunch of bros in the gym. Boom, boom, just getting it done.
Having fun, spotting each other, yelling at each other.
Yeah.
You can do more.
Yeah. It's a good vibe to be around. Yeah. So what's the training like? What's like the hardest session you've done recently? You're like, this was great.
Well, after comp, Tuesday's leg day, so the comp was last Sunday.
Yeah.
Tuesday trained legs, and I think from being the whole dehydrated and fucking with my electrolytes, body was not ready for a very hard leg session. Okay. Trained very hard. Then that night, man, I wasn't able to sleep because I was getting such bad cramps. It was horrible. And normally, like, I'll always get like teardrop fucking quad cramps, and they're horrible. However, and then like, so if my leg's straight, game over, and I've got to start bending my leg to make it better. That night, I was my knee was like fucking up here, trying to keep it as bent as possibly could to stop it from cramping, and it still wouldn't let go. So that was pretty bad. That would probably be my hardest session as of late.
What'd you do for the session?
Oh man, so I always start with leg extensions because my knees are not like known to be that great.
Me too.
So I'll do a shitload of leg extensions, and I always do it as a pyramid up.
Yeah.
So I'll start on like 30 pounds, 50, 70, 90.
Yeah.
And then my next set, I'll go 50, 70, 90, 110.
Yeah.
And I'll keep doing all that until I get about to the 210 pounds. So just doing it as a tiered up, 10 reps each one.
Yeah, I do the exact same thing.
Then my legs are like ready to roll.
Yeah.
Then I'll go squat. Yeah. And I'll work up to my heavy, and I try to do like a 5x5 at the moment. Trying to work on getting some more strength. Then drop it back lighter and do like bulk reps. Just just cause.
Because it's so good.
It's like squatting.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a huge callus on the back of my neck today.
I'm so jealous.
There's like some skin scraped off. It's pretty bad. I really should like put it like a foam pad, but
Yeah.
I don't want to look like a little bitch. So I don't have
You
the
feel
foam
tough when you don't
Yeah.
have it on there. Yeah, no, I get you.
Then leg press, and we normally just keep going up by like 2 plates a side, trying to get like 15-ish reps. Until
Like
we
a
go
max
to
of
normal.
like, yeah. Max 15, yeah.
Then I might go back to the leg extension sometimes and do like more high rep. Which I guess it already was high rep. I just
Yeah,
do more.
but still, just to get it in, if you got some extra in there, you just want to squeeze the rest out. No,
And then
yeah.
the old line leg curl, Sid leg curl, good girl, bad girls. Throw some carbs in. I'd probably train
a good
legs
session.
for like 2 to 3 hours. it's way too long. I think
Dude.
it's like super catabolic.
Dude, I do legs and like, yeah, but your legs got something to prove for it. It might just be all the potatoes you eat and just helping
It's all
out. Yeah. Because, yeah, I'm in and out. I try to get like legs done in 50 minutes. I'm like, I try to just
There's
like,
no way.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Supersets, crazy stuff. And try to just do like 4 really intense, just like,
That's what, you got big
and
legs.
it's good.
I could probably speed my shit up. But
I don't know. Your legs huge, bro.
I'd be on
You
the
look
leg
good.
extension for like half an hour.
Dude, I could be in a leg extension for a while, yeah. Every time, if I'm like, and one best thing about having your own gym is like you don't have to wait for any machines.
Or I don't have to like piss anyone off by spending too long on it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, every time I have to
would be
go.
that guy that everyone would be like, fuck, that guy's training.
He's going to be here for 3 hours in the leg extension. Oh, God. Yeah, I like spending my time warming up. I do like a lot of normal reps and a lot of pulses at the top to really push get my knees into place.
Stretching and stuff too.
Yeah, and I'll do a bunch of stretching and that, try to get like
Foam
things
roller
nice and warm. Yeah, like I'm pretty
That's the
flexible.
shit I
bro.
should be doing,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah.
You are flexible.
It's hard, yeah.
Can you
But
do
that's the
splits
thing.
or something?
Nah, I can't do the splits. But like I just have like flexible quad. My hams aren't flexible. I've got really flexible quads, really flexible hips, and like really flexible other areas. So actually, when I'm training or something sore or off and I need to stretch it, I'm like, oh, you know how hard it is to get a stretch in that, man? Because they're so flexible, I have to get like these crazy weird positions and get like this hectic stretch stuff on just to feel a
Damn.
pull. But once it is done and everything's sorted and I'm warmed up, I'm like, oh, I'm good to go. And I did the first time I did squats for like, I don't know, I'd probably say 6 months was
Shit.
last week. Yeah, but because I've been
Why
training
is
at
it
a
so long
gym.
off?
Well, because they kept hurting my knees, right? I kept doing stuff. I was training too much, doing stuff. I wasn't doing enough stability stuff, and I wasn't stretching enough. So it was putting pressure on my knees because things were getting tight in different areas. But instead, what I've been using is the V squat. I've been doing reverse V squats and smashing.
yeah.
They feel
I did
fantastic.
see that.
Oh my God. And I did squats the other day and I was like, I think I like the front squats more currently. But I did like squats and supersetted with plyometric jumps and like I thought my legs weren't going to be that sore the next day. And the next day I was like, It was a good time. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that.
Shit.
Yeah, that was good.
Well,
But
you
you're lifting really heavy as
You
well.
compete in bodybuilding.
Yeah,
You're not a powerlifter.
yeah,
If you don't want to squat, you don't have to squat.
yeah, you don't have to squat. But like,
I like squatting.
I think squat is one of the perfect things to show you that you have great biomechanics and that your body is very even and you have good mobility and you have good stability. And if you have good mobility and good stability, then obviously it's going to be a lot easier to build a shitload of muscle.
Yeah, sure.
So that's why I like squatting, or I'll chuck in squats every now and then to make sure everything is working properly. And I don't try to squat too damn low. Because if depending on like your genetics DNA, obviously as you know, if you go down too low, if your sats are too tight or whatever, next minute something's gonna.
Yeah.
So I like to squat until like about 90, push up, it feels good. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, that's sick, man.
Yeah. But you've been lifting heavy. What kind of weight you been?
Oh, well, again, heavy's reflective.
But still, I think it's heavy. Still, it's good. When you deadlifting?
Well, today was squats.
Yeah.
I did 5x5 at 140.
Nice.
I got 7.
Oh,
The
nice.
week before I got to
You got some clean form too.
165 somewhere. I think I got like 2 or 3 reps.
For what was this for again?
For just squatting.
For just squatting?
Yeah, the week
Nice.
before comp. Probably not a good idea.
Hey, but you got that vegan feel, man. You got
Just
the
gotta-
glucose.
yeah,
You got the glucose, didn't you?
Building it back up slowly.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to do like, look, I think my PB is not that impressive, but it was 181 kilos for just one.
I like it, the
That was
1
while
kilos.
dieting into the competition. So
Sometimes I like lifting heavier, getting into the
I
comps,
like- I just
because I
like-
feel more like, getting it done. Yeah. What are you deadlifting?
Deadlift.
You deadlift something crazy?
not that nuts. The other day was 210 for just 2.
Yeah.
Like I used to be able to deadlift more like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Before I had a kid.
Yeah.
Things changed a little bit. So the other day was just 200. I think I only got like.
Still, only just.
a
That was
couple.
nuts.
I need to well, now that comps are finished and I've been able to eat a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm more than likely, hopefully, going to build some more muscle and actually get some strength.
Yeah, you
some,
will.
Like actual strength back.
So, what are you doing currently? How was your mindset for this comp, by the way, for the one coming up? For mainly like the state show, because obviously you got
State show? Oh.
Because, yeah, obviously COVID, for the rest of it, jumbled a little bit. But how was like your...
I felt very confident in that I was going to place well in the classic physique. Maybe I can't be... I hate to be like, I'm going to win it, because you never know who's going to rock up on the day. But I was like, I'm going to do well. I'm going to do really good. I'm going to perform really good. I'm going to put on a good show. And I know that I have a decent amount of muscle. I mean, I should have after the amount of time. So I went in confident knowing that I would do good. Like I never want to be that cocky person that'll be like, I'm going to beat everyone.
Yeah, obviously.
But
the same thing, like it's still an event, like if people, because you've competed so many times, you're still getting up on stage. You're extremely vulnerable. You're dieting like crazy. It's a big thing.
I don't get nervous anymore.
You wouldn't.
I really like walking on stage.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. It's like that moment from you, like behind the curtain,
It's a rush.
It's your time for you to walk on stage. I'm like, yes. I get to be like someone else.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
Yeah, you're so composed. I remember in the PCA comp when you were on stage and you're just so calm and everyone's out there like, and you're just really taking your time. It was good. Yeah.
The more you practice, like I practice all the time, every day. Even now, I'm off season. That's just started. I still practice my posing every day, just to make sure that everything flows the way that I want it to. And you learn more different things about your body, and this angle might actually look better.
What's some of the best lessons you think you've learned from posing?
From posing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, learning how to switch things on has been really good. Like learning how to do a lat spread properly, or like being able to connect with different muscles. So like while doing like, for instance, like a rear lat spread or even a front lat spread, remembering to tense your triceps, because that little tiny change and you just flexing that one extra muscle tightens your skin up that little bit more over everything else.
Yeah.
So it's just constantly watching and reviewing and going, okay, how can I activate like this muscle or this muscle? So feeling it, be like, okay, well, how can I pinpoint this particular part and how can I make that change in the structure of how I look?
Yeah. No, I like that. Another question just popped into my head so randomly just then. How has bodybuilding contributed? How do you find like the other parts of it contribute to your life and happiness?
It's created a lot of structure, which is really good, because then like I'm a bit more planned throughout my day, because one planning your nutrition. So I'd be like, okay, got to wake up this time, got to do my work at this time, got to eat at this time, got to train at this time, got to spend time with family at this time. So I'd be a lot more like regimented in creating like a foundation for my day rather than being all blasé about it.
And routine's so important.
I like routine. Yeah. Like Michelle and I, we both like structure.
Routine is consistency.
Yeah. However, then like on a weekend, we're like, we don't want any routine. I want to on a whim, like like someone plans for us like to do something in 3 weeks. So I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel in 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's very funny. It's like Monday to Friday, masculine energy. Yeah. On the weekend, feminine energy.
I just want
you just want to go be creative, do whatever.
It's helped heaps with like obviously business. So like, it's helped to create the business that Michelle and I have.
Yep.
Through bodybuilding.
Yep.
Her doing it and then me doing it. But then she's just gone off like skyrocketed to like super health freak.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Oh man, you should have her on here.
Does she blow your mind with stuff all the time? I'd love to have her on here, to be honest.
She's the smartest person I know.
Yeah, how so?
Well, the amount of like she constantly is learning. Like I'm happy, I'm content.
Yeah. I love how content you are. You have such a calming energy. Like I like being around you. I'm just like, I feel so relaxed around Sam.
To a degree, man, that's also a downfall of mine because I'm so content with myself. That
you probably balance out Michelle though.
Well, yeah, that's true. Whereas like I'm like, I don't really need to like I want to learn more, but I'm like I don't need to like force myself upon learning something because it'll just come to me.
It just comes.
Like it or something. Yeah. Whereas she's constantly looking for the next thing to learn.
Yeah.
And so she just, I don't know how many courses she's done. She's like, I've done this course today, and I'm like, okay.
A whole course.
I've done this other course. So from the top of my head, she's
just cut up 2 kilos of potato.
Hypnotherapy. Well, I got cooked a bag of rice. Yeah. She's like, what? She's a hypnotherapist, master NLP person. She's
NLP's
birthing person.
Oh,
she's a functional diagnostic nutrition therapist. She's done the biosignature course. She's done metabolic precision.
Oh gosh.
She's my god. She's even done Reiki. She's done a yoga instructor's course.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck man, there's probably more.
Has she done any stuff that's like impacted you as far as knowledge that you now use for stuff?
But she'll be like, hey, did you know? She's like a did you know person. So
like, that's me.
You know? And I'll be like, No, I did not know. She would tell me. And I'm like, okay, now I know.
So have you
She
used
does that all the
anything?
time. Oh, well, every day.
Yeah.
With work. So she'd be like, oh, if this is a symptom that someone might be having, that's creating this.
Mm.
And I'll go, oh, okay. So then I'm more aware of it. So then if I have a client come in that tells me something that, oh, this is not working, I'll be like, oh, fun fact. Michelle just told me. And I'll work that into my life.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's good.
So like through bodybuilding it's helped create the foundation of our business and
Yeah.
our relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I
That's
actually...
even how we met. We met through bodybuilding.
Yeah. How
She
good
helped
is
me
that?
carry my trophies to my car.
Did you the first time you guys
First
met?
time we ever met.
Yeah?
And then we were sitting at there was an after party and we were sitting on the same table.
Mm.
And she was with like her sister and her sister's partner at the time, and they were like, I beat him in the competition. He was all like grumpy. They were sitting at our table, and they ended up having to move to the other table. And I said to like my family was with me, like, that girl, she will be mine. And I even told her eventually, I'm like, you will be mine. She's like, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
A year later,
And then when you married her, you're like, I told you.
I told you.
I told you
this
so.
would happen.
I love that. That's like such
Law
a
of
cute thing.
attraction.
Yeah, it's right there. I think there's one really good aspect actually with bodybuilding when you take it like with an open heart and you do take it in the healthy way. It just opens up all this access to a bunch of just like spiritual, like love stuff as well, because you're so just I think connected with yourself and your own body that you have like this sort of like respect for yourself.
I love my body.
Yeah, dude,
I
me
want to
too.
look after it.
Yeah,
Hence why I can, like, when I do this competition thing, I want to maintain good health.
yeah. So why do you compete?
I really love the sport of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But
Why?
I love the sport of natural bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Like, I like the health aspect of
Mhm.
it and the process of, working that hard to achieve a certain goal and the discipline that it creates within all aspects of within your life.
Mm.
And I like presenting on stage. I like the posing. I like the art of it. I like that part of the sport of bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it makes me want to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the presentation
Mm-hmm.
and the whole process of getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
That way, then, like, again, like I think we touched on it earlier, is that's why I don't turn into a piece of shit generally afterwards as bad as what I've heard or could do, because I don't want to, I don't want to put an end goal of like, all right, I'm going to use a competition to get myself lean, and then once that's gone, I'm just going to turn into a fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I like competing, so I'm going to work really hard to achieve this goal, and then it's like, okay, what can I improve on to do this again?
Mm.
Not like, it's done now.
Yeah.
I've achieved what I wanted.
Never ends.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that do it. They compete for the wrong reasons.
It's just constant progress.
I want to compete and get really... the reason why I'm competing is because I'm going to use it to get really lean.
Or
And then-
attention
or
as well.
attention. And then that's it.
You
That's
can
cool.
get a lot of attention from that. So why is that important to you?
Why is that important to me? Oh, I guess we've all got to strive for something.
Yeah.
I guess in some form of competitiveness.
Yep.
I've always found it to be the less aggressive way of well, you've competed too, like the camaraderie that you get. So it's like, they might be my competitors, but I like them.
Yeah.
I don't hate that person.
Dude, we had one.
I want them to succeed just as much as me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, within the sport, and
Yeah.
it's all the the bias of like, this person is the person that I believe has the best looking physique.
It's like, good on you.
Creates
Made
winner.
the best person win. Like, I'm so keen for you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm happy for when other people succeed. Like, that's really good. And
Yeah.
I'm really proud and happy for them and the achievements that they've created. So, yeah, it's a weird sport, isn't it?
Yeah. Why is that important to you?
The whole like,
Yeah. The camaraderie type of thing.
because it's always nice to feel connected to others, and I think that's what I mean. Like, at the end of the day, we always want to feel connected. So it's like I compete, but it's not just me that's competing. I've got my training partners that have helped me.
Yeah.
My wife that's helped me.
Yeah.
My family.
It's
That's
a full
helped me.
journey, isn't it, every time?
Yeah. So I don't want to feel alone doing the whole process. And then even on the day of the competition, I don't want to be the only person standing on stage. I would like there to be more people
Yeah.
to share in the experience. Regardless of winning or losing, it's nice there to be, people and connecting.
Yeah. You've built up a good community. Why is that important to you?
Community?
Yeah.
Well,
Remember
training's
that?
supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's a big part of why we train, right? Like,
Yeah.
I hate training by myself.
I hate trying by myself. I train by myself all the time.
Like,
the
COVID
worst.
sucked.
Oh, dude. I got like a little gym out here. But yeah, I train by myself all the
You
time.
can still exercise.
Yeah.
But man, like, again, the whole COVID thing happened, and I had to train by myself. I mean, I still had the benefit of my studio, but it was me alone.
And the little fella doing big jumps everywhere.
Jumps, everyone
Yeah.
following me around, and
Yeah.
like, man, like, that sucked. I like having like, a conversation while training. And,
Yeah.
It's not just like, let's just train hard and that's it. Like,
I really like training with you.
I'm communicating. I'm getting more from training than I am just like lifting weight.
Yeah.
For me, I'm connecting with friends. I'm able to, have a community. So I'm able to enjoy experiences with others rather than it just being by myself. Like if I had to train by myself, man, I would train like a little bitch.
Dude, it's hard. Oh man, sometimes you just don't realize, like, am I pushing myself? Am I not? Because I train by myself like all the time, and I love training with someone. Every time I get to train with someone, I'm like, oh, this is so good. Not punishing myself by myself. Yeah. I shouldn't say punish because I hate to use that word.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like I love putting myself under resistance.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to work hard, and it's going to make the other people that I'm working with work hard.
Yeah, then you'll feel good after.
And we push each other.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, you could do better.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, like how, you have those days where you're like, oh man, I'm sort of not really feeling it.
Yeah.
And then when you're training with someone, they're like, well, just like toughen the fuck up. It's only 30 seconds of pain.
Yeah.
To an extent, or what is the feeling of pain? And they're like, all right, well, that's a good way of looking at it. I'll just do it harder.
Yeah. One of my main purpose I've kind of figured out, and then it's just like to consistently overcome myself. Right. That's like my main thing that I say to myself. Like my mantra, right? And yeah, right. And it's just like consistent, but that doesn't come to like that's with everything. To the point where it's like, how much can I give back? How much impact can I give? Whatever the rest of it is. And I think that comes in so huge when you're training in the gym. And it's an awesome skill to learn when you are training with other people, is when you're overcoming yourself, pushing the boundaries, getting better, but then you see someone else and you give them some encouragement, or they do and they overcome themselves. Then you're just overcoming yourselves together. And you're like, this is the best.
It's such a rewarding feeling.
Yeah.
That's why I like being like a coach and running the classes, because to see like even my clients to go from like, all right, that's what they're achieving or how they're doing a particular thing. A couple of weeks later, I'm like, look how much more you're doing and how much easier it is for you and how much better you feel.
I love the reactions people have just when they're just like, I feel so good. Yeah. And I'm like, welcome to the good life.
Yeah.
Like it's so good.
Yeah. I wish that you knew this earlier.
Yeah.
Generally, the concept that a lot of people give me to, like, I wish I knew this earlier. Yeah, I wish you did too.
Well, it's here. Yeah, but hey, they're doing it.
Community, it helps, man.
Yeah. So you got that. Then I guess why would that be important to you?
Why would the community? Oh, one part of our business, so like bread and butter for our family.
Yeah.
Is to have a good community so that people stay. And I've always seen our studio as like a stepping stone, but people generally stay forever and they become a part of the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, we have heaps of gym equipment.
Yeah.
So we have like
heaps.
I think I've got like 80 machines. Not including the free weights.
Yeah, and the attachment. You have every single attachment.
I've done a lot of research.
That is, you know what? Hey, you didn't do research. You just went to the website that said www.alltheattachments.com and you clicked the buy all button. You select all. One of everything.
Attachments are easier to get past Michelle without her like knowing. That's why I was attachments. I'm like, oh, she won't notice.
Yeah, I remember you saying, you're like, yeah, Michelle was like, yeah, you just stop buying machines. And you're like, and I bought one more machine, and I was like, I just got to totally keep hush about that.
Yeah. But then I normally get things for a bargain. So
yeah.
She's always like, oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, you're like, yes, it is.
So yeah, well, I've seen it as a stepping stone. Like we've got all this stuff to make. So like generally when people start with us, man, they've never been to a gym. They don't know what a gym is, and they're like, I feel intimidated in a gym because there's like big people around and muscly stuff.
You're the biggest person there.
Well, bush. I'm just a big pansy, so they make me like, oh, just a big softie.
Yeah.
So then like, I'll teach them how to use equipment or how to use different exercises. Generally, they always stay, but then it's like, okay, well, now you should feel more confident if you were to leave us, if you were to go to a normal gym, that it's not an intimidating place. Everyone's pretty friendly.
Everyone's there for the same
Everyone's there for the same reason to better themselves.
For the same reason.
So that's what I've tried to create with how we run some of our sessions, and then people just stay because they love it and they love the community. So then, the community helps our business.
The vibes in your gym are so good.
Everyone's really good.
Yeah.
I've got dedicated times for female only, and there's dedicated times where the guys come in to train as well. So then I've got different.
I love the different
things. But when the girls train, it's girls only. Because I don't want like when people do start, I don't want them to be like, oh, there's this guy there and he's watching me.
Yeah.
I want them to feel safe and comfortable with what they're doing. And again, I'm not there to like work people like a horse. I'm not like, you need to do this many reps. Like,
oh man, I'd be the worst for that.
I'm like, you do what feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, most of the people aren't competing for a bodybuilding comp. I just want them to enjoy the experience and get to know more people doing the exact same thing. So heaps of people become friends and they chit chat a bit during the session. I'm like, that's cool. You can. As long as you're doing some exercise and it's helping you to achieve the results that you.
Some of the social bits is really important.
Yeah. So that's why community. It's
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah.
I love community.
Yeah.
Again, like this sport in bodybuilding, I love the bodybuilding industry.
I love the energy that
Adelaide's
everyone
really
brings.
good. There's not that many like tall poppy syndrome people. Like everyone's like all the other coaches are
Adelaide's pretty awesome, to be honest.
Awesome.
Like everyone that I've met that's like
It's, like,
good in the
same
in the
people
bodybuilding fitness industry in Adelaide are like just great, and they're all killing it, and they have these fantastic physiques. And it's like maybe because we don't have as much to do here as what we do in the other cities,
That's really it.
but there's just some really good physiques here, and everyone's really kind and
Yeah.
just out there to better themselves, and it's
Everyone's friendly.
great to be around. Yeah. Well,
Good sport.
yeah, it is. Well, we might wrap it up there because otherwise me and you will keep talking
Forever.
for damn ever like it's 3 o'clock.
This is like, why are you going so long?
We couldn't stop.
Sorry.
All right, guys. Well, if anyone wanted to reach out, how would they find you?
They would go on to, either my Instagram,
Which is
just my name, Samuel Massared.
Samuel. How do you spell it?
Samuel, Samuel.
Yep.
And then Massared is Mussared.
Yeah.
Or our base page, so
Yeah.
Base Transformations.
Yeah, and that's what it's called, the base transformations in Instagram.
Well, I think Instagram is just called the Base.
The
It's
base.
just an orange logo.
I'll
with the,
put it in
the
there.
base.
I'll put it in the show
We
notes.
got a
anyway.
website, but I actually don't even remember. The base just saying
Might have to give that a little update, brother. Hey
It's
guys.
all word of mouth.
Sam here.
Generally is how
Yeah,
business goes anyway.
Nah, I feel ya. Nah, that's good. Well,
Thanks for having me.
Oh, bro, thanks for coming on. I was like some awesome stuff there. We got into. I literally kind of forgot that we were talking in a podcast for a bit there.
Oh.
We just kind of got lost in there, and it was
Just
great.
hanging out.
We were just hanging out.
Drinking
so
coffee.
yeah, hanging out, drinking this awesome organic decaf, organic coffee, everything organic because we love it.
I hope that was helpful to someone.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys liked any of this stuff or whatever, please share it on your story. We'd love to see that on there to get it out if there was some stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to sing out Sam. If you ever want to train in the best gym in Adelaide, and I'm
Studio.
saying that, it's best studio. God damn, shoot myself in the face.
You've got to hit me up.
The studio is ridiculous. I've trained there a few times. I can't believe you've got even more machines. That's crazy. Even like it's nuts. Like it's like a playground for bodybuilders. I can't explain how crazy it is. So yeah, live with a huge flex, and bye guys. We'll see you in the next one.